Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
Good evening and welcome, everyone. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in the pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium Universitatis Torontonensis vocati sumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissima cancelaria, presento tibi hosce scalaras, ut adventator ad grados varios, tesserquae eos quod omnia quae statuta requirant aptos, et idoneos essa.
Ad profectum huius provincae, huesque magnae patriae, and et profectum omnium nationum omnibus in terris coniunctarum, ego ex auctoritate mihi et toti universitati commissa, amito vos ad gradus varios, quorum iura vobisto et peto quoque ut omnia conficiatis munera quae ad illos graduus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Trevor Young, and it's my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as Vice President and Provost. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting Anna Kennedy, Chair of the Governing Council, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present you these scholars, that they be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly from the standpoint of the graduating class, the chair then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertains to those degrees." So as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating class of 2024, from the School of Graduate Studies, the Factor-Inwentash Faculty of Social Work, and the Dalla Lana School of Public Health. That's it. You're done. Warmest congratulations to each of you. I would also like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, you have successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times, and today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 680,000 alumni in 196 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members, but we also understand this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student. And thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest and I believe most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude with family and friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. So I would ask you graduates to join me and the platform party in thanking them with an incredibly vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates come forward to be recognized. You will then leave the stage by the ramp over here, exit the door, around the hall, and at that point turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized individually. I encourage you to think of the very last person to be on stage, and I believe it will be Amy Zhu. Amy, can you stand up? Where are you, Amy? So think of Amy, return to your seat so she's not here alone on the stage. Thank you. Finally, respecting our ongoing commitment to health and safety, we will forgo the traditional handshake. We have a public health expert who today, we will applaud as you pass by on the stage. Thank you for understanding and your assistance, and once more, warmest congratulations. Before I continue, I'd like to recognize that this is a very challenging time for many in our community. We acknowledge the pain and suffering felt by many who are impacted by the conflict in the Middle East. And yet today's celebration is a time of celebration and hope. Convocation Hall is the place where our graduates had the opportunity to mark this wonderful milestone with their loved ones and their family. With that in mind, I would respectfully ask everyone here today to allow our graduating students to have their moment to cross the stage without disruption or without interruption. Thank you very much. It is now my privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, Isaac Bogoch. Educated at the University of Toronto and Harvard, Dr. Bogoch is an associate professor in University of Toronto's Department of Medicine and an infectious disease specialist and general internist at the Toronto General Hospital. He works at the intersection of clinical medicine, epidemiology, public health, and policy, and he divides his clinical and research efforts between Toronto and several countries in Africa and Asia. He was a household name during the COVID pandemic for many of us and a trusted source of updates on a daily basis. His work focuses on reducing the impact of emerging infectious diseases like COVID, monkeypox, HIV, while also developing strategies to enhance the quality of medical care in low-resource settings. Please help me welcome Dr. Isaac Bogoch to the podium.
I think I can raise this a little bit. There we go. U of T, looking good. Well done. You clean up nice. Hi, everyone. A warm hello to the graduates, an extra special hello to your guests, your family, and your friends who are so proud of you at this moment. I'm really glad you're all here. And thank you for the invitation to speak. I'm grateful for this opportunity. My name is Isaac Bogoch. I'm a faculty member here in the Department of Medicine at the University of Toronto. I spend much of my time right across the street over there at the Toronto General Hospital dealing with various infectious diseases. You might have seen me at some point during the darkest days of the pandemic. I sat on several committees, took care of a lot of sick patients, and made an appearance or two on TV to discuss pandemic and pandemic-related issues. Now, this was a tough time for everybody, including you. And it's not lost on anyone here that some of you had some major disruptions. Some of you may have had some disruptions, for example, to your high school graduation. Your degree started at a time where gatherings like this were unheard of. Many of you began your studies in Zoom classes, and now you're walking across the stage in a packed auditorium celebrating your tremendous accomplishment. We've come a long way. Well, you've come a long way. So our healthcare system still has a ways to go, but you've come a long way. You've put in an incredible amount of work. Public health and social work have proud and strong histories, and they're both vital and impactful fields to pursue today. In the few moments that I have, I'd like to touch on two semi-related points that relate to your career paths in public health and social work, but also far beyond. I want to discuss critical thinking, and I also want to discuss leadership. Let's start first with critical thinking. At the surface, critical thinking is pretty straightforward. It means questioning assumptions, identifying biases, and assessing evidence. Now, you're already miles ahead of most people because these are skills you learned during your studies. But it's essential to apply these skills to everyday life, especially in this era where the truth is increasingly obfuscated and where misinformation and disinformation are amplified at breakneck pace with real-world consequences. Critical thinking requires mental discipline. The first step when you hear or read of something new is to pause. Okay? It's hard, but it's not impossible to do. And then set aside any initial opinions you might have. Again, sometimes hard, but not impossible to do. And keep those opinions parked until you've gone through that mental exercise of questioning assumptions, identifying biases, assessing evidence. Again, not impossible to do. And when you've formed an opinion, the best thing you can do is challenge it. Sit down with others of differing viewpoints and listen to them. Actually listen to them. During the darkest days of the pandemic, some of my colleagues and I had to do this constantly. We were making big decisions in real time with incomplete information, often while exhausted, and occasionally we'd change our opinions as new data emerged. I can give a million clinical or public health examples of this, but essentially, after I put my kids to bed, I spent the hours of 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. talking on the phone and listening to smart people with vastly divergent viewpoints. And this was by far the most helpful part of my day. Now, admittedly, it's harder to do that in this current era, whatever era we're going to call this. We see the dissolution of objectivity, we see the erosion of expertise, and sometimes we can't even agree on what the truth is. But you can push back against this digital dark age by being a critical thinker. Look at data before making an opinion. Listen to diverse viewpoints and consistently challenge your beliefs. I promise you that if you do this, it will help you in every aspect of your life. The best leaders are strong critical thinkers, which brings us to our next point. Let's talk about leadership for a second. Be a leader. Be a leader. It's not that hard. You carry yourself with integrity and empathy. You work hard and collaboratively. You're accountable for your actions. You communicate clearly and decisively. You understand nuance and uncertainty. You're adaptable to change, and you're always striving to be the best. You're always striving to continuously improve. Now, everyone can be a leader. The more leaders we have in this room, the better. It translates to resilient public health and healthcare systems, and you also feel better. Now, this might shock you, but don't confuse people who hold leadership positions with actual leaders. Of course, many of them are, but we know some of them aren't. We must hold our leaders accountable, and we achieve this by embodying leadership ourselves. Be a critical thinker, lead with purpose, lead with courage, lead with compassion, and you will not only achieve personal success, but you'll also create a positive impact in your field, in your communities, and far beyond. Congratulations to you all. Best of luck on your next steps, and thank you so much for your time.
Madam Chair, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Zubair Bayat. Bahar Baruzi Homa. Sydney Campbell. Catherine Tamara Chambers. Lucas Colombo Godoy. Monica Debon Gagnon. Victoria Haldane. Vinyas Harish. Margaret Jameson. Sumit Kalia. Pamela Ann Kolapak. Mariana Morales Vasquez. Joanna Alexandra Nicolau. Krista Orchard. Bojana Petrovich. Melanie Lynn Powis. Beth Ellen Rawson. Mehdi Rostami Forushani. Christy Lynn Sarota. Heba Sultan. Danielle Claire Tocalino. Bernice Yanfel. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Science. Rashani Ann Abaya Sekara. Nicole Elise Archer. Aidan Cornelius Edward Bodner. Michael Amgad Gergis. Tiffany Chi Yi Gott. Amy Graham. Yingxi He. Hassan Kayat. Carolyn Marie Danielle Quinlan. Pakum Rang Sonbun. Melanie Suzanne Shirley Seabrook. Chi Jindu Uikaigu. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree Master of Health Science. Taimuz Ahmadi. Ashley Nicole Anderson. Danielle Anamali. Rina Arshinoff. Marc-Andre Blier. Lucy Mary Bauer. Hannah Brooks. Jennifer Chandrabose. Mark Andrew Downing. Saif Elashri. Marlene Ferreira. Kathleen Frame. Stacy Ann Hube. Tivia Jagatesan. Sahana Jayakumar. Blair Jones. Anjali Carla. Caitlin Lauren Kazev. Siraj Khan. Paulina Kozak. Shruti Jayat Lake. Brianna May Layard. Emily McDonald. Maya McGibbon. Sam Moshiri. Dalibule Nedlovu. Emily Olejnik. Reba Sarah Phillip. Christina Poldre. Rishma Pradhan. Agar Hussein Rishu. Luma Said. Senthajan Sankalayan. David Shen. Salia Tevaraja. Elizabeth Udler. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Public Health. Abir Abbasi. Meira Abdullah Karim. Eunice Adu Tutu. Adil Ali. Sarah Abdallah Efaldil Ali. Barin Arikan. Sadia Bayat. Anna Marie Bilowitz. Claire Hope Brown. Charlotte Shaban Simmons Boutel. Natalie May Carmichael. Madeline Carter. Sarah Lynn Chandler. Yan Shan Tracy Chang. Kitty Chen. Royu Chang. Kathy Tao Chu. Eleanor Cornish. Stephanie Cunningham Ryman. Caitlin Marlene Danchuk. Rohini Risha Datta. Harishri Dave. Pooja Day. Jasmeet Daliwal. Haigu Ding. Brenma Dos Santos. Joanna Alexandra Dos Santos. Monica Duong. Marie Michelle Dussault. Gwen Elizabeth Eagle. Saruba Iswara Kumar. Kayla Serena Esser. Danica Ann Fitzsimmons. Isabel Mayanelli Siman Fortuna. Corey Fung. Syra Kar Guman. Rebecca Marie Gay. Ishna Gulati. Shannon Kelly Hallis. Doreen Mohammed Hassan. Faria Hassan. Lindsay Nicole Henderson. Emma Michelle Horner. Sophia Zhao Ying Hu. Aitia Ikubal. Miojana Jumi. Khalil Ali Kane. Karen Kang. Pariza Kodebandalu. Nana Efu Fwa Komsun. Sashidi Budima Koskoda. Jessica Kuma. Nitya Susan Kurovila. Carolyn Kathleen Laka. Emily Wingshen Lau. Danielle Lawrence. Yuriko Shuping Lee. Sharon Jingwang Liang. Kiara Liu. Penny Liu. Elizabeth Loftus. Catherine Liu. Catherine McRae. Shue Man. Tara Marion Martin. Karen Valentina Mayorga Bernal. Christina Mariel. Shraddha Mishra. Jaywara Mohammed. Carly Nicole Plant Moore. Dinesh Morrow. Sahorab Mustafa. Abira Nadaraja. Abdullah Naveed. Jeanette Ng. Ki En Nguyen. Trin Tao Nguyen. Ayodeji Odedeji. Tolulope Ogunyomi. Zoe Gabrielle O'Malley. Ebenezer Opku Wari. Mega Patel. Ketan Jayant Persaud. Patricia Ann Alfonso Petrola. Serena Phillip. Monica Prajapati. Fariha Qayyum. Amanda Putri Ramadian. Subrana Raman. Minahil Raja. Daniela Amwali Rangira. Julianne Joseph Leonard Guy Robitaille. Isabella Yoshura Rodriguez. Arco Roy. Olive Monica Rudd. Darienne Alanis Russell. Marianne Vic Casino Saab. Losang Setan Sadut Shang. Jacqueline Rose Salmini. Adrian Robert Lalit Sami. Conrad Camille Samsel. Minju Seo. Diljot Sethi. Zachary Sean Sheperdanis. Cordelia Roxanne Shepherd. Pejani Sheth. Shamiga Sivakumaran. Abigail Elizabeth Chapman Tower. Julia Yvette Tan. Arushi Taneja. Cecilia Tang. Suvabin Tevindram Pillai. Tijiana Rose Tobani. Aaron Thomas. Amrit Tiwana. Tamneet Kar Tiwana. Mark Thomas. Savannah Ruth Torres Salbach. Mansirat Kar Upal. Deepak Upredi. Gina Verma. Alyssa Bernadette Sutherland Betts. Lavanya Vermani. Namra Wajahat. Jennifer Wilson. Ryan Emily Yeo. Linky Yu. Monica Yuen. Yidong Zhan. Benjamin Zhang. Flora Zhang. Jingjing Zhao. Xin On Zhu. Ji Lin Zhu. Jeffrey Zhu. Candidates from the School of Graduate Study who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Science in Community Health. Kimberly Jane D'Souza. Aisha Hussein. Wing Tang Ma. Ruchi Mohindra. Welsa Packer Pfeiffer Ferraresi. Diane Tin. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree Master of Health Informatics. Maria Catherine Amalraj. Sumaye Amini. Mariella Arulapa. Shweta Basker. Avneet Kaur Bular. Kadria Kandas. Zoish Darwala. Lin Dong. Muhammad Shaf Farouk. Sarah Marie Folias. Ashley Samir Gurgis. Archana Gugathasan. Tahal Gagonovsky. Divya Kamath. Alicia Roshan Kurji. Hamza Malik. Charlotte Irina Pape. Angelica Paramsothi. Vedani Patel. Tuvaraga Pirabarakan. Mary Rassam. Natasha Rosario. Pravina Santha Kumaran. Diana Shen Wang. Kanchi Uttamachandiani. Julia Victoria Wong. Philip Wood. Mei Yuan. Joey Chaoyi Zhang.
Thank you. Gosh, all these elastics. Madam Chair, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Amy Golden. Emmeline Ann Leela Houston. Rachel LaFave. Ying Wang. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Social Work. Ewura Emma Akin. Fanan Alawi. Mohammed M.R.A. Al-Harun. Kelsey Marie A.L.S. Claire Elizabeth Amaro. Gayatri Ananvathure. Afia Apraku Ansu. Erica Michelle Appleton Forbes. Maria Pia Arias Bernal. Katie Elizabeth Arnold. Vithusan Arunakirinathan. Crystal Dawn Marie Aisha Atkins Scott. Khadija Mujahid Baik. Alora Faith Baltqua. Brianna Bandera. Sage Barrett Snyder. Caitlin Ann Baruth. Rachel Hannah Better. Sumaya Bimat. Linda Ben. Brianne Bennett. Hinal Baradava. Sunita Bomik. Tara Bijan. Linnea Serena Leah Bipatna. Megan Juliana Bird. Nancy Bizarro. Whitney Peniel Blessing. Mary Dora Block Hansen. Chanel Boateng. Chanel Boateng. Alex Boros Harmer. Jillian Camazola. Michelle Yvonne Carter. Prani Chandragasaram. Kenya Christine Charles. Jonah Chung. Wing Lam Chung. Lockman Joyce Chu. Katie Hoki Choi. Kirsten Chong. Jocelyn Claire Chung. Sarah Catherine Churchill. Valeria Searick. Loretta M. Corkum. Elise Korn. Megan Cote. Juliana Coughlin. Tyler Cousin. Vanessa Alexandra Curry. Hannah Jade Curtis. Dua Mohammed Darush. Kelly Zhao Sean Day. Sarah Grace Nguyen Duby. Mishka Shauna Deer. Christina Deulius. Nikayla Cadian Dennis. Michelle Diaz Tang. Nardia Nadine Downey. Sandra Drozid. Caroline Elizabeth Duffy. Andrea Dumdum Maya. Alexandra Jane Emery. Chidera Esther Emma Sylvan. Keshala Chantel Eugene. Yumna Fadil. Julia Evelyn Falzarano. Arzo Feroz. Joel Paichotu Figueiredo. Marissa Fryer. Sumaya Gayed. Michelle Gallio Talanza. Melissa Genovese. Sina Habzayan Jibriji. Kiara Josephine Silvana Gianvito. Liana Giash. Kiro Bellini Juraparahaj. Grace Glennie. Olivia Gregoris. Nicole Diane Gustafson. Saleha Hakik. Marlon Evadine Harry. Dika Hayon. Kyle Murray Haycock. Trevor Brandon Owen Haida. Lorraine Hewitt. Madison Grace Heyer. Madison Bailey Hope. Hamdi Hussein. Karima Sadruddin Jaffer. Shamala James. Molly Jane Janessy. Christopher Charles Jardin. Pei Ling Jiang. Jasmine Jaleen Johnson. Christina Marianne Joy. Beste Callender. Varuna Kalyan Kumar. Friana Karai. Gunit Kaur. Deirdre Kelly Adams. Teresa Rose Kern. Maheen Khan. Diana Kubaiva. Hanul Kim. Julie Marie Clausen. Sydney Clausen. Yelizaveta Klefovkina. Kobe A. Kocher. Simran Kumar. Fardoza Kusu. Imani Kael Chai. Sorry. Sarah Kayamugisha. Amanda Hillary Lamb. Nurpreet Kaur Lamba. Denise Anne-Marie Latabaudiere. Jamie Lee Honora Melvina Latorno. Kana Levy. Victoria Minchen Liao. Ashley Lindo. Christina Liu. Mengfei Liu. Amy Elizabeth Lord. Ayman Malhi. Navneet Kaur Man. Iram Mansour. Deirdre Lynn Martin. Ruth Masuka. Bridget Arlene Mayorga. Rabia Mazar. Amy McClelland. Tess McCutcheon. Sarah Violet McFarlane. Jasmine Ada Maria Melotais. Asiya Misaudi. Alexandra Mary Milton. Alexandra Louise Moffett. Najma Ahmed Mohammed. Rochelle Amelia Mohammed. Amal Mohammed. Kyla Vanessa Morgan. Matthew Victor Moran. Burnett Moshe. Brianne Nicole Moorhead. Lexi Murphy. Claire Murray Murray. Mathura Nagaratnam. William Mitchell Rishi Nakid. Irene Wanyoto Nangulu. Ferozen Nasiri. Vidang Nishur. Chichi Nacho. Brianna Marie Violet Nagua Spanfield. Jennifer O'Dye. Osamade Promise Odiji. Chelsea Monique Ogilvie. Shiley Oisey Katz. Ashley Afore Eseosa Okaji. Okechi Nwamaka Okaji. Megan Celeste Oliver. Amanda Rihanna Oliveri. Samantha Anne-Marie Green Orleans. Kelly O'Sullivan. Careful. Medi Ovi Agali. Francesca Amma Owusuwa. Miriam Patel. Tatiana Sasha Portelli Graham. Justine France Punzalen. Haiti Quintanilla. Jonathan Ramirez Lara. Ragigan Ratnaswaran. Ashley Viola Reel. Jade Samantha Reed. Samantha Alyssa Reed. Anisha Jamila Reed Henry. Tahira Reynolds. Catherine Claire Riggs. Afnan Omar Salim Damis. Noor Kar Sandawalia. Julia Marie Scaringi. Shamika Denise Scott. Gregory Brent Mark Sirio Halls. Halima Taj Shah. Kayan Shang. Tajane Aliyah Shorter. Lauren Bailey Silver. Nadine Josie Simonfee. Michael Sposato. Cariana Steele. Maya Ayelet Stern. Shayna Ann Stoymanoff. Samantha Ashley Stratton. Man Tung Michelle Suen. Tak Nok Sun. Gajanpreet Kaur Takar. Marina Nicole Thalasinos. Shuruthi Thiagasorubin. Nithin Jose Thomas. Hannah Rebecca Thompson. Brittany Chloe Tin. Lei Suen To. Jemima Christian Utami. Jordan Bella Weisenberg. Leslie Ann Georgia Valley. Rebecca Shoshana Vadachirio. Lena Walsh. Jing Wang. Jinying Wang. Cassie Wiki. Halewyn Ann Williams. Janisa Alora Witkowski. Sarah Nicole Maria Yalapa. Yu Ling Yin. Man Hua Yuan. Yuan Ting Rachel Yuan. Thank you. Sanaya Khan Gori. And Amy Zhao. Congratulations, Amy. Congratulations, Amy.
On behalf of the University of Toronto and by the virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all of those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank you all for your participation and patience. To the family and friends and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a much more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Chair of the Governing Council, Anna Kennedy, for presiding over today's ceremony. I wish to thank as well the other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation, whose names you will find in the program. I now invite the chair to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, your special day, I hope that we will see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know that you will make an impact for the better in whatever path that you choose. Concilium dimi sum est.